Have you ever wondered what's really going on inside him, the one who runs, disappears, and seems to forget you out of nowhere? If you're in a twin flame connection and you feel like he's your runner, this message is for you. Because today, I want to show you what he feels, even when it looks like he feels nothing at all. Maybe you've looked up at the sky in tears, asking, does he still think about me? Or worse, did I imagine all of this? I know how deeply that hurts. But listen, you're not crazy. You're not alone. And yes, he does feel much more than he can admit. Before we go on, I want to ask you something, from the heart. If this message is already touching something inside you, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. I'm here to walk with you through this intense, deep, and often lonely journey. And you don't have to go through it alone. Now take a deep breath, and feel what's rising inside you. Because what's coming next might be exactly what your soul needed to hear to understand his side, and yours. Get ready to see with soul-level clarity. The runner doesn't run because he doesn't feel. He runs because he feels too much. And that scares him. It scares him so much that he chooses to deny, suppress, and silence it. He grew up thinking vulnerability was weakness. And you, on the other hand, bring light into a place where he's only known darkness. It's like he's standing in front of a mirror that shows everything he doesn't want to see, his wounds, his traumas, his fears. And your energy, so strong and pure, activates a deep pain in him. A pain that existed long before you came into the picture. Tell me in the comments, have you ever felt like just your presence triggered something intense in him, like you touched something deep just by existing? I'd love to hear your story. On the surface, he may seem cold, distant, even indifferent. But inside, there's a storm. He feels guilt for hurting you, shame for not being able to stay, and fear that he'll completely lose himself in this connection. And that fear paralyzes him. He thinks surrendering would feel like dying. Dying to an identity he spent his whole life building to survive. But the twin flame love doesn't negotiate with masks. It demands truth, and that's terrifying for someone who's spent years hiding. Maybe he told you he doesn't feel anything. That he's moved on. That you were just a phase. But what he can't say is that you're everything he's ever searched for and never believed he could have. And that's why he runs. I know it hurts. But you need to understand, he's suffering too. Silently. Because the runner isn't running from you. He's running from himself. And you simply represent what he needs most, and fears the most, healing. If you're still here with me, breathe again, and let this truth sink in, you're not here by accident. This connection has a purpose. And even if he can't say it right now, his soul knows yours. It always has. Drop a comment below if you've ever noticed these signs in his behavior. That strange way he shows care while pulling away. I love reading your stories, and maybe you'll help another woman feel less alone. Remember this, the runner needs his own time to grow emotionally. It's not your job to fix him. Your role is to stay strong in your light, not dim yourself to fit into his shadow. He feels your absence. Even if he doesn't show it. He sees you in details he can't explain. In dreams. In music. In random moments. He misses you, but doesn't know how to handle it in a healthy way. Sometimes he tries to replace you. With distractions. Other people. But nothing fills the space your energy occupies. Because this isn't ordinary. It's soul deep. It's divine connection. And that doesn't fade with time. I want to invite you to reflect on something. Have you been prioritizing yourself on this journey? Have you been taking care of your emotions while he's trying to find himself? Tell me in the comments how this process has been for you. It's important to remember that the twin flame journey isn't about waiting for someone to change. It's about transforming too. About discovering your strength while the other deconstructs themselves. And yes, there is a moment when the runner stops. When the pain of running becomes greater than the fear of staying. But until that moment comes, you need to choose you. Heal. Love yourself. And trust that true love never gets lost. If this message is resonating with you, give it a like and share it with someone else who might be going through the same thing. We need to spread more truth on this path that so many misunderstand. Because his pain, as confusing as it seems, has a root. And there's something he's feeling right now, even in silence, that can change everything. Something no one talks about, but it makes all the difference. There's something he can't put into words, a silent panic that takes over when he feels too close to you. It's like standing at the edge of a cliff, knowing that jumping means surrendering control. And control is all he's ever had to survive. Deep down, he feels unworthy of this kind of love. Not because you did anything wrong, but because he still carries beliefs that he's broken, damaged, unlovable. And when you look at him with so much purity, it terrifies him. Your presence triggers his deepest wounds. Abandonment. Rejection. Shame. Not because you caused them, but because your energy brings them to the surface, and he doesn't know how to face that kind of mirror. He may act cold, distant, even cruel at times. But those are shields. Desperate attempts to protect himself from the intensity of what he's feeling. Because feeling means risking heartbreak. And heartbreak, to him, feels like death. He pushes you away because he's scared you'll see all of him. The parts he doesn't accept. The pain he's buried. And somehow, you keep seeing beyond the walls, and that only makes it harder for him to hide. You've probably asked yourself, how can someone who says they love me, run from me like this? It's because love, to the wounded masculine, isn't soft. It's dangerous. It means being known. And that's terrifying when you don't even know yourself. Have you ever felt like your love was too much for him? Like your light made him flinch instead of lean in? If so, share that in the comments. Your story matters, and it may help another woman feel less alone right now. What he doesn't realize is that the pain he's avoiding by running is the same pain that will keep chasing him. It doesn't disappear. It just waits, in silence, in memories, in dreams of you. Until he finally stops. And when he's alone, in his quiet moments, he does think of you. He remembers your laugh. Your eyes. The way you made him feel safe, even when he didn't understand why. But pride and fear tie his tongue. He often watches from a distance, not literally, always, but energetically. He feels you moving forward, growing, shining. And part of him feels proud, while the other part sinks in guilt for not being able to walk beside you. You might think he's forgotten you, or moved on. But the truth is, the bond never left. He tries to bury it. Numb it. Replace it. But nothing fits. Because what you two share isn't just a connection, it's a soul recognition. If this is resonating with your heart, take a moment to comment. Tell me, what part of this message speaks to your experience? I'd love to hear from you and connect soul to soul. Many runners repeat the same cycles in other relationships. They avoid depth. They chase comfort. But nothing satisfies. Because only one person ever saw all of them, and loved them anyway. That person is you. And yes, I know you've been strong. Patient. Hoping. Hurting. Wondering if he'll ever come back. But this journey isn't about waiting. It's about transforming. Becoming the version of yourself that no longer begs, but attracts. There's power in understanding what he feels, even when he can't say it. Not so you can chase him, but so you can free yourself from the illusion that his silence means he doesn't care. Because he does. Quietly. Deeply. You were never just someone to him. You awakened his soul. And that awakening isn't something he can forget. It changed him. Whether he admits it or not, it shook everything he thought he knew about love. If this stirred something inside you, let's talk. Share your thoughts in the comments. Has your runner ever shown signs that he feels all this, even if only in subtle ways? I'm here, listening with my heart wide open. I want you to remember something important. Your worth isn't tied to his return. Your value doesn't depend on his healing. You are already whole, even when this connection feels incomplete. But yes, there's a moment when the silence breaks. When the runner begins to feel everything he's buried. When the dreams get louder. The signs more constant. And the pain of separation becomes unbearable. And that moment, it often comes when you least expect it. After you've let go. After you've chosen peace. When your soul stops chasing, and starts resting in its own light. What happens in that moment? What does the runner do when he finally faces the truth he's been avoiding all along? That is what I'll share with you in the next part of this journey. What if I told you that the moment he finally faces his fear isn't a grand gesture? It's often quiet, almost invisible. A small crack in the wall. A sigh in the dark. That's where real healing begins, in silence and honesty. He's scared because love means vulnerability. But vulnerability means risking losing everything he thought he controlled. It means showing the parts of himself he never wanted you to see, the broken, scared boy beneath the surface. You might wonder if he's ever confused. If he feels torn between running and staying. The answer is yes. Inside him, there's a war between his heart and his habits. Between who he's been and who he could be with you. Have you noticed moments when he seems close, then pulls away? That's the struggle playing out in real time. The closer he gets, the more his old wounds scream to run. But the love you offer keeps calling him home. Sometimes, the runner feels trapped by the expectations, real or imagined. He fears losing his independence, his identity. But what he really fears is losing himself. And the irony is, the only way to find himself is through you. If this sounds familiar, I want you to share your experience below. Have you ever felt this push and pull? This confusing dance between connection and distance? Your story can inspire someone else right now. You might ask, why does he disappear when things get intense? Because intensity brings up everything he's avoided. The emotions, the memories, the truths he buried deep. Running feels like the only option to survive the storm inside. But running never solves anything. It only delays the inevitable confrontation with his own shadow. And while he's running, you're left waiting, wondering if he'll ever come back, if he ever truly cared. The truth is, he does care. More than words can say. But love scares him because it demands he change. It asks him to dismantle the walls he built so carefully. And that's terrifying, especially when he doesn't know how to start. When he's quiet, disconnected, it's not because he stopped loving you. It's because he's trying to figure out how to love himself first. And that's the hardest love of all, learning to accept your flaws, your pain, your fears. Have you ever felt that deep loneliness, knowing someone loves you but can't show it the way you need? I want to hear about your moments of waiting and hoping. Let's create a space for your voice here. One of the hardest lessons is realizing you can't fix him. You can't heal him. Only he can. And your job is to hold your own light, to keep loving yourself fiercely, no matter what he does. Because your light is what will eventually guide him back, not chasing, not begging, but shining steady and bright. When he's ready, he'll recognize that light and know it's safe to come home. Until then, you might feel abandoned. Confused. Hurt. But remember, the distance is part of the process. A necessary space for growth and transformation, for both of you. If this message touches something inside you, please comment below. What part resonates? What are you struggling with right now? Your words matter, and this community is here for you. You're not alone in this. Many women walk this path, feeling the same pain and the same hope. And together, we can hold space for healing and understanding. As the runner faces his inner battle, there's a moment he'll realize something powerful: running isn't freedom. It's prison. And love, real love, is the key that can unlock him. What that key looks like, and how he finds it, is the mystery we'll explore next. Because this journey isn't over yet, it's only just beginning. Let's keep this conversation going. Share your thoughts. Let me know what you want to understand more about the runner's heart. Let's walk this path together. And remember, the most beautiful parts of this journey often come after the hardest lessons. The answers you seek are closer than you think. Stay with me. The next chapter will bring the truth you've been waiting for. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I truly appreciate the time you've taken to listen and connect on this deep journey. Your presence means more than words can say, and I want you to feel seen and understood every step of the way. If you received this message, please write down the phrase, "Twin Flame of Love" in the comments. This helps me know you're here and feeling this with me. By joining our channel and clicking that subscribe button, then activating the notification bell, you're not just signing up for videos, you're strengthening your spiritual path. You won't miss any of the messages that can help you grow, heal, and transform your life in ways you never imagined. This community is growing every day, and your likes, comments, and shares spread this energy of light to women just like you, who need to hear these truths. Together, we're creating a space of support, healing, and love. Your voice is so important. Every time you interact, you help keep this beautiful exchange alive. You are essential to this journey, and your presence encourages me to keep creating content that truly touches the heart. So, stay close. There's so much more to explore, more healing, more understanding, more answers waiting for you. And I can't wait to continue walking this path with you.